So we are back. We are about 2 months into this construction process now, at least from the time that we started down when it was just a basement. And we're gonna continue going along this construction process. So make sure you follow along so you can see exactly how a house is built from beginning to end. All right, so we have made a big jump in what's going on here today. We're at the messy part of this. You can see big globs of drywall mud is what that stuff is. It's not fun to step in. I've already done it since we've been here. But that is what gives you the nice smooth look of drywall. You can see here, obviously these get hung in 12-foot sheets on the wall horizontally, one on top of the other. Then they come back here and expertly finish it with drywall mud, sand it, all that stuff to give you the nice smooth finish before it's ready to paint. One thing you gotta do before drywall is done is something called an electrical walkthrough. If you build a home and you get into that home before drywall is done, that builder will likely give you the opportunity to do what's called an electrical walkthrough, which is to tell that builder exactly where you want outlets. So there's certain codes of where those can go or where they at least need to go. But if you're building a custom, you can know exactly. Maybe you know where your furniture is gonna be and you want one in the floor, or you want one up here on the TV wall, or in this case, there's one inside this where there's gonna be an electrical or an electric fireplace. So if you're building a house, you should get that opportunity to walk through and say exactly where those are gonna go. It needs to be done before drywall is done, obviously, because they're gonna cut those holes. All that wires run behind that drywall. So make sure you talk to your builder about that before you get to that point. All right, so here's a spot where you can see where electric and plumbing have been run behind the wall here before it's been drywalled over. So you can see this is called Romex wire. So this runs behind here, it's all shielded cable. It actually has 3 cables inside that one cable. Comes down into the backside of an electrical box like that. It's also code that actually has to be stapled to the studs as it's coming through. So that just makes sure that you know when you're drilling into a wall or things like that. You're not hitting a stud, you're not hitting a wire. They also put these metal clips over there, so you might wonder why that's there. Because if you're coming, obviously you wouldn't hang a picture here, but if you were gonna hang a picture on a wall, you could screw into this and you would hit that metal and you wouldn't be able to screw into that pipe. So that's just to make sure you don't, bust a pipe open when you're doing some basic home project. So this is obviously a door, and the reason it doesn't look good right now is because this is gonna be trimmed up, probably with a pre-hung door that's gonna go in here and cover up all these spots. The one thing you can tell about this is that this is actually gonna be a door versus what's called a cased opening, which would just be an opening. Because if they had a cased opening, they would drywall on this side and it wouldn't be a door, it would just be a nicely finished drywalled opening. So anywhere you see something like this is where a door is gonna be, and at the end of the day, it'll all be trimmed up and look nice, and we'll come back and show you that after it's done. So we are down here now by the light of our phones because we don't have electricity in this house yet, which leads us to talk about what we're looking at here, which is the electrical box. So we talked about electrical wires. Well, all roads lead to here. This is the electrical box. Each one of these is gonna have a breaker that trips if it gets too much current through it. So this is gonna be real close to your electrical meter, which comes from the power company, into here, and then everything goes out to its spot within the house. So maybe one day we'll have light down here to show the rest. So we're standing here under the eave of the house, and you can kind of see up here through here, it's like open up into the attic. So this obviously won't stay that open. There will be a soffit underneath here that's like a plasticky or aluminum, depending on what you use, but it'll actually have holes in it. The reason for that is because an attic has to breathe. It gets so hot up there and muggy that if there's no ventilation, it will hold moisture and will create mold problems and things like that. So something to pay attention to is make sure your attic can breathe. So one of the biggest things that's been done since we were here last is this whole thing has been bricked. So it's all ready to go. One of the things you're gonna notice about brick, and I've had this come up on inspection reports before, but it doesn't make any sense because it's supposed to be, there is a weep hole. So you see these little ropes coming out. Sometimes these look different. It might just be like a missing piece of grout. And you'll think that's something that was done wrong, but it's actually called a weep hole. So it's there because you've got brick, and then you've got the Tyvek, which we talked about before, is the plastic layer behind. So if water gets in behind the brick, it's not gonna get into the wood, it's gonna fall down, it has to have a place to come out. So that's what a weep hole is there for, if you ever see one of those. So we're about 2 months into this construction process, or at least from the time that we showed up and started filming in the basement, but you can see how far we have come along, and we're gonna continue showing you guys through this construction process until we have a finished product. So if you haven't already, follow us, subscribe, whatever you do on that specific channel. follow along so you can see beginning to end of the construction process.